This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. So, welcome back, BFFers. Here we are the week after our first live, which was pretty cool. That was fun.
It was fun. I had a great time.
I did too. We did have some viewers, and we ended up having a bunch of people watch afterward, which was great. So, it was I can't wait to do that again.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I think we'll do it again with the husbands.
Dave won't do a live. He said he'll do something, but he won't do live, which I don't know why, but I guess if you don't understand, I don't know, whatever. So
it's no different.
I know, it isn't.
Recording is record,
Right.
Just pretend you're recording. We'll just tell him we're recording.
Yeah, there we go. Live. And he won't know. Don't listen to
Don't listen, Dave.
All right, so we're back to our kind of regular schedule a little bit. Weight loss, our weight loss journey. I don't really have anything. I have an article that I would like to talk about. Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
The only thing I didn't do my shot this week. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I'm going for my colonoscopy this week, so I just opted not to do it, and I'll start.
But why though?
I don't know. I just didn't. I just wanted to.
You figure you're going to lose weight from the colonoscopy? Why waste the shot?
No. I just wanted to wait till after it was done.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Just something weird for me, I guess.
No, whatever. No, that whatever works for you. But that's what been my thought. Oh, I'm going to lose weight and clean myself out. Why take the shot, right? So Chrissy, our friend Chrissy, had sent us this article, and it was so funny. So let me pull it up. Sorry, I guess I have to wear my glasses because I'm old.
Aging ungracefully.
Yeah, right. So the article, I read it really quick. I just looked at it really quick. The title of the article, and it said something about snacking. Exercise snacking is good for you. And I was like,
I love to snack.
Exactly. I was like, I can eat, and it's exercise. I'm like, oh, they're gonna make me chew something really hard. Yeah, right. So, and actually, as you read the article, no, it makes a lot of sense. So it does go on to talk about how you should still exercise regularly, but you do these little snacks, these kind of quick hit things about for a minute or 2 minutes, whether it's jogging in place, taking a quick walk, going upstairs, blah, 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 that type of stuff. And it is actually very beneficial for you. So I think that was a great idea.
But wait, where's the snack?
Maybe get it afterwards. It's a quick thing. So kind of like you eat 3 meals a day, and you have snacks. It's kind of the same thing. So you exercise, and then you do exercise snacks. So you do quick things. I know. And it said on there, too, this cracked me up. It said, well, if you do this really quick for 1 to 2 minutes, you won't sweat. I'm like, bitch, do they know me? I'm like, I can sweat in an air-conditioned room. I'm like, running up and downstairs for 2 minutes, I'm not going to sweat.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so. But it is a good idea, and I do get it, and I know that she started today, so...
Oh, she did? Yeah, at work?
She walked upstairs instead of... I don't know, what did she... She went, instead of taking the elevator, she walked upstairs.
At work, twice a day, I walk the floors.
You still are doing that?
Yeah, it's been about a year now.
Yeah, I didn't know... I knew you started that when you started your shot,
yeah,
so...
still do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep, my friend Carol at work, we do it together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
we try to
in
walk
the morning at like 9, and then in the afternoon at 2.
Nice. We try to walk around 11:30. There's, like 5 or 6 of us. It doesn't always happen, but we can really only walk outside.
Yeah, so we can walk the halls. It's called the spine of the building. So we go all the way up to the 6th. We walk that hallway, walk around, like there's a little turnaround. Then we walk back to the elevator. We go down to the next floor, do the same thing.
That's cool.
Down,
nice.
Down. Yep.
No, we only have 1 story, so. But that's good. Good
yeah.
to know.
Yeah. So that's my little snack.
So your little snack. See, yes, that's perfect. All right, I gotta find a snack. Something.
I saw something today actually online. It was like a foot, like it had a ball on it. You put it at your desk.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like roll your feet on it, and I don't know. It was just like for your office.
So what would that do?
I don't know. Maybe it gives. I don't know if it's more of a massager, but maybe you could like you're pedaling a bike. Oh.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. I don't know. That sounds like if you have
I guess
footage.
pedaling a bike is.
Yeah, right.
So
I see the ones like they have the
walking mats
under the desk. Yeah, I
That's
think
a
that
new
would
thing.
be cool. But I don't know if I could do two things at once. I'd be so afraid that I would like stop walking and typing. Like I don't know.
There's no way you could walk and type at the same
So
time.
then what are you doing?
On a call,
All right.
right? If you
Yeah.
have a headset and you're on a conference call or whatever,
That
could be like just walking in place instead of sitting in your chair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But it's kind of scary to type on that.
Yeah, I would
Where
be
would
afraid.
you put your keyboard? On the desk?
Yeah, well, I have a desk that raises up.
Oh, you do?
I do. So I could potentially do
sit
that, but I'm not
stand?
sure I could do two things at once. I'm coordinated.
Yeah,
enough for
you're
that.
not. No, come on. You know you're not.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. That's another show.
All right. So then there was also this other thing. I think Julie sent it to us. Yeah. And it had to do with this way that you can get up off the floor and sit on the floor. And if you could do this like crisscross applesauce to stand up and sit down, if you can't do it, you're going to be dead in 6 years.
Right. That's what it said. You're going to die.
It's like, I need to figure out how
I don't think I can do that.
No, I know. So I want you to try. I want you to show our viewers and listeners. Yes, right now.
No.
Well, then
I need to practice it.
Well, but then we'll see where you are in 3 weeks. We'll revisit it.
Why don't you try?
Well, because you're skinnier.
There's no way I could do that. I have to try it by myself first, and then I'll try it next week.
Next week?
I promise. Next week.
Okay.
I promise.
All right. Okay. I'll try it next week.
I'm never going to get off the floor. I was telling you, remember I said I was sitting with the kids and I had to get up on all fours to get up. I can't, but I'll try it.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll be fun. That'll definitely be a live show. No, I'm kidding.
Because we could always edit it out if we needed to.
That's true. All right. So that's really kind of my weight loss thing for this week. I'm kind of like over myself.
Yeah. Right now I'm just nothing.
Yeah. That's okay. We're good. We're doing a little pause.
Yeah.
Pause. All right. So how about your aging ungracefully? Do you have anything for this week?
Just that I don't know what's up with me, but my legs, like my leg aches. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like old and decrepit right now.
I think that probably has a lot to do with the weather. It's been so chilly and cold. I mean, it hasn't been raw, but it's depressing.
I'm old. It's awful.
Stop it. You are not. You are older than me.
By 2 weeks.
But you're still older, so that could be. Well, this week at work, I know it's only Tuesday, but so it must have been yesterday. The kids that work with me. When I say kids,
Gen Xers, Gen Z,
they're like, I don't know, they're like younger than my kids, and my kids are 28, the oldest. So I think these kids are like 24, 23, 22. Someone was saying something about, let's do it old school. And one of these kids said, oh, yeah, we should have desktops. And I went, I think we're talking about we should write it in a notebook. And I'm like, really? To them, old school is a desktop.
Isn't that scary?
It is. I was like, you suck. And then, here they are with their little Bluetooth headphones and their stuff on their laptops doing their thing. And I got my, Judy from Lifetime, caller on with the stupid microphone. And I'm like, why can't I hear myself? Oh, because I forgot to plug it in. I'm like, they really make me feel old. And I'm just like.
So for me at work, they think I'm like an IT genius.
Are all the ladies that you work with older?
Not much, but older. But they're clueless. Like when it comes to computers, I
hope people you work with listen to this show.
No, but seriously, they think they struggle, right? So I'm like, oh, let me go over, and I added stuff and.
She click delete or whatever.
No, and I'm like, I came home and told my family, I'm like, oh my God, they think I'm the IT wizard at work. They keep telling me you should go to become IT, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's easy stuff that
I'm sure Lauren had a lot to say about
Jason laughed out loud. I always go to him for everything. So.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, it must make you feel good. Nothing
and I love helping them, but it's easy stuff that I can do. Like they lost it's our shared drive. They lost it. I put it back on. I searched it, found it, put it back.
Okay.
I mean, and then just if they got locked out or.
But I have to say, like us and probably their generation, we didn't learn that in school. This was something that the kids learned from like
day one. They had computers and iPads and cell phones.
Right. When I was a senior, I took a computer class, and I think it took us 2 quarters to figure out how to print out like your initial on a page. Yeah. And we thought that was cool.
Remember in high school we took typing.
I did take typing.
I think I took like 3 years of it.
I only took
Imagine?
1. Yeah. Well, you took shorthand too.
Yeah. Right? I couldn't do it now, but yeah.
I probably could do some of it because I would do some of your stuff for you.
I don't remember any.
Yeah. I remember the shapes. I don't remember what they mean, but I would do your homework for you. Do you remember that?
No.
No.
No, but I mean, we did typing. That's what we did. We didn't do keyboarding. That's what they do in school now.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I think the young class, like the young kids elementary, I think they do keyboarding to learn how to
type.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
There's like they don't really need paper and notebooks anymore. They all do, either they have a laptop or they have their notes in their phone.
Right. Well, that's what we were talking about. That's why we were talking about doing things old school and, putting it in, writing it in a notebook, because the people that are my age, we all walk into a meeting with a notebook and all these kids come in with their laptop and we're like,
I always, like, even my lists now, like if I need to go to a shopping list, my Christmas list, it's handwritten.
I do a lot of things handwritten, but I do use my notes. You'll see me like look at this. My
kids are always like, "Why don't you put it in your notes?"
Yeah, I do that.
I don't know,
but sometimes it's
I'm old school.
But it's a pain in the ass too, because I'm like, oh, I gotta pick my phone up, and I'm not gonna.
It's so much easier to write it,
and I'm not gonna leave my phone in the carriage when I walk off. Sometimes,
yeah,
Yeah. Actually, what I do is I use the app from the store that I'm at. So, like, if it's Hannaford,
they have an app. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I put my list in there, and as I go along, because it's all in the same kind of aisle area, and then I can kind of check it off or delete it off.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I didn't forget anything in produce because everything in produce is out of that area. So
that's pretty decent.
I invented a hack.
Look at that IT person.
Yeah, let's see what Lauren says about that.
Yeah.
All right, so
I have an obsession.
Oh, I don't have an obsession this week. Okay, what's your?
I feel bad that it's my obsession, but right now I'm watching the Harmony Montgomery trial.
Yeah.
And the prosecution just rested today.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in court at all.
So explain to people that don't know what this is, especially
Harmony
people
Montgomery,
not from this part of the country.
The dad supposedly killed her, but no one knew for 2 years. She was just missing. She's born to parents that are druggies, addicts, and the mom, I think she must have been in jail or somewhere. She didn't have custody of.
No, the daughter went into foster care for a while. The dad had been in jail.
Right. And so then the mom must have went in jail, and then the dad got custody of her.
When he got out of jail, he was able. I
Why?
don't know how.
Who gave him custody?
I don't know. And I've tried to find that out, but I can't find documents of how he obtained custody of her. And then he was with this woman. I think it was his wife.
Kayla.
Yep.
They had 2 babies.
Mm-hmm.
2 little boys,
and
they were homeless, living in a car with the 2 babies, and
she was 5 or 6 at the time, right?
I think she was.
Yeah, and so the mom, who had many substance abuse problems,
clean.
Yeah, but she had been kind of talking to the dad here and there and seeing her daughter, but all of a sudden there was like a 2-year lapse of where she had no contact.
So my thought was and this is where I don't know enough about this story, and maybe someone could tell me. I don't know where she was for those 2 years.
They haven't said. They have not disclosed that.
Thinking that she must have got out of jail or prison and wanted custody and was clean.
She wanted to see her daughter, but they did not say what had happened of why, her disappearance.
Because his excuse to everybody when she was missing was, oh, she's with her mom.
Right. So right, exactly. So that was around Easter was the last time.
I think it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving 2019 was the last time kind of anybody really saw her. Right,
but the last time the mom talked to her was Easter.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. So you're right. Yes, Thanksgiving was the last time anyone ever physically saw her. And then the mom now is trying to find her or trying to get in touch with people.
I just don't
contacted the authorities, and then
so many people feel this baby. So many. The judge that gave her custody. Why wasn't anybody looking for her for 2 years? School. I mean, what? Like, there's so much that fell through the cracks with this poor baby.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And I'm obsessed. So tomorrow, the judge said to the defense team, which is his team, either he comes in tomorrow or, we're gonna do it whether he comes in or not. But
he's
refusing to come to court.
He's in jail.
Oh yeah, he's in prison.
Okay.
He's just refusing to come.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either, but I guess you have a right to refuse. So today was good. There was a woman on the stand, and she was like really feisty to the defense team, and the guy they were bringing up her criminal activity.
Who was this?
It was a witness for the prosecution, and he kept saying, you have this count against you, and she's like, yes, I'm a criminal. I know I'm a criminal. I'm telling you I'm a criminal. Why do you have to rehash everything? This has nothing to do with why I'm on the stand.
Right.
And so it was really interesting. I mean, Court TV, you could always go back and watch it, but that's my obsession.
Okay. I don't have any obsession except, I shouldn't say that. So I'm always listening to self-help stuff. Always trying to get that ambition to get my shit together. So the last couple of weeks, I've been listening to a couple of books by this guy, David Goggins. Okay. So he has published 2 books. This man is an ultra runner. He's a Navy SEAL. He is in the, there's so many things that this man has accomplished. Basically, he just inspires you to be like, you know what, you don't want to do it? Get off your ass and do it. Has nothing to do with will. It has nothing to do with motivation. It has nothing to do with where you are in life. What your body composition is. You want it? Get up and do it. So he's very harsh. He swears a lot. So if it's
all right, so
go ahead.
I'd fit right in with
yeah. So anyway, so I've been listening to this, and I was.
What's he say? Get off your fucking ass.
Well, kind of, but he actually tells this story. The first book is kind of about the story of his life, from when he was a little kid and how he was abused, and how his mom was abused, and his dad was a complete asshole. How they got out of there, and David Goggins has learning issues. He has like all of these things that are stacked up against him, and this was he's a little bit younger than us, but he was raised in the South, so there's a lot of racism. Where he lived, and part of his life in Tennessee was like the Ku Klux Klan, like was right there in town. So it's like all of these things, and how he overcame them, and the things that he did, like to be a Navy SEAL, he went through that 3 times.
Did he really?
Yeah, and they were like the injuries that he had. It was just so motivating. And so some of the things I've taken from it, and I was doing really good up until this week, and I just sucked the last 2 days, but that's okay. So I have this accountability wall. He calls it an accountability mirror, but I'm too short. I can't reach my mirror.
It's so funny.
So I have this on my wall of like all these stickies, and I can post a picture of it, of like things that I do daily, things that I want to do within like a certain period of time. It's like my weight loss, and then things like ultimately like that I would like to do. So they're on sticky notes, so I can either when I do it, I can either throw it away or I can like cross it off or whatever. And now I have these. They're all on Post-its. Now I have Post-its all over the house.
Oh my God.
So when I think of something, I write it down and I put it up there. And Dave is so funny. He's great. He's, I'll be like, oh, a couple of them fell off the wall. I put them back up on there for you. And, he's been so awesome. So I have to do like 3 things a day. When I say 3 things a day, today.
3 things a day, like what?
So when I was
around the block.
It could be that. It could be something simple as take a shower today. Or
do the dishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a load of laundry.
Right. Whereas last weekend, I was like, clean my room, which was awful. Spend an hour in my room. And Dave says, that's not enough time. I know, but we had all this stuff piled in there for Christmas. Like, I just kept putting everything in our room because I didn't need it out there. So it was that. And I forget. I have everything written down in my notes on my phone, and I check it off. And then the last thing you have to do at the end of the day is what were your accomplishments? Is what I call it. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's those 3 things.
Oh,
what were your victories for the day? So it could have been that I drove by Dunkin' Donuts and didn't get a coffee or a donut or whatever. Right. It could be I only watched 2 hours of television today. So that kind of stuff.
It's kind of like a Stuart Smalley. Is that his name from Saturday Night Live? I am good enough.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not like that. I don't have little notes that tell me.
No, but you don't
look
in the mirror and say, I am good enough.
Yeah, I think we talked about that once.
We did.
But, it's more things like, okay, yeah, that's right. I wanted to do that. I want to, run a 5K. I want to be financially healthy. That kind of stuff.
Cool.
So I'm on his second book. I'm almost done with it. I like the first book better.
Are you reading it?
No,
or are you
I listen to everything.
I know. I just wasn't sure what you said.
Yeah, and actually, it's kind of cool. So his audible books or audiobooks, between each chapter, he has this guy that's reading it for him.
It's not him?
It's not him, but he does talk.
Okay.
So this other guy's reading it, and then when the chapter's over, they kind of do a podcast, or they kind of start talking about the chapter.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool.
So they kind of go into a little more detail about the chapter.
Yeah, so
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I do like it. So I guess I have had it.
So see?
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
I didn't know it. So, and it's helping. I'm definitely getting things done.
Good.
I still haven't cleaned up my junk drawers. So I haven't put that on my list. So if I put it on, so that's the thing. If I put it on my list, I have to do it.
Yeah, I need to get to for me this weekend, I felt good. I cleaned my my first floor.
Yeah.
And then that was on Saturday. And then Sunday I did my bedroom. I did my bathroom. Cleaned it all up.
Shoot.
And it feels good to do that.
Yeah.
I swept so much dog hair up. It's not even funny.
But then after you clean a room, like especially my closet or my bedroom, I'm never gonna let that look like that ever again.
6 months later.
No, try like 6 days later. I'm I haven't folded my clothes. I haven't done anything.
SpongeBob voice. 2 hours later.
Yeah, it's a mess again. So, yeah, I get it, but it's always going to be there. It's never going to change. So I'm trying to teach myself not to stress.
Yeah, you can't stress over the little things.
No. The brain dump for this week. So we have a couple of things. One of them, I saw this story that it was a plane going from San Francisco to Boston, and they ended up having to land Denver, yeah,
somewhere around there,
because there was an issue that the wing was falling off of the plane, and the reason that it happened was there was a bird strike. So birds had hit the wing. Now the pilot and the co-pilot.
I always worry about that.
Well, I never thought that was like an issue, and I know that sounds stupid, but
don't you remember the New York plane? It took out both its engines and it landed in the river there.
That's what happened to them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right at takeoff.
But so the guy that was interviewed had said that the pilot and the co-pilot came out, took pictures of it, looked out the window and said, oh, that's okay. Yeah, we'll be able to land safely. But they had to doing an emergency landing.
They couldn't make it all the way to Boston because the wing.
I would have died. They would have had to have taken a dead body off the plane because I would have had a heart attack.
You would have had to smack me across the face.
I will do that for free. I could be on a plane.
I think I would have been hysterical.
I would have too. Because I've had turbulence here and there, but nothing. And it's not that I'm really afraid. I don't like the takeoff and the landing. The rest of the time,
don't mind
that. I can sleep.
It's the turbulence that scares the fuck out of me. Yeah. So Lauren was just flying home a couple Fridays ago. She was coming home from Florida, and she said all of a sudden I think it was the pilot, came on the overhead speaker, was like,
"Buckle up! Buckle up!" Like screamed.
Yes, if you're in the lavatory, stay seated in there. Do not come out. And they hit massive, Lauren said. And she is never afraid, and they hit massive turbulence.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She said it was like they were landing. It's how bad it was.
Yeah. Did the things drop down from the ceiling?
No,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
But imagine being in the toilet. Like, I think I would piss myself. I was like crying.
Right? Because then you'd want to be with your husband.
I don't have a seatbelt. I'm on the toilet.
But then
I'm going to die. I'm going to hit the top of it because I don't have a seatbelt. That's what I think of. Isn't it awful? That's what I think of. No, hopefully you had your pants on because you already finished going. Because if not, you were pissing all over the place. Think about that.
Right? Well, that's what's making me laugh.
Oh. Yeah, so... Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Did she say how long it lasted?
She said it was like a good 10 minutes, but nothing crazy.
Wow, that must have felt that's awful. That's awful. Well, and then, so now we're talking planes, trains, and automobiles. Go ahead.
Plane. So I sent Noelle a story. I saw, it was on, of course, me and my TikTok. It was on TikTok, and it was a UFO.
It was from Boston. It was a plane in Boston.
Yes. So it was, I don't know if they were landing in Boston, or if they took off from Boston. I believe they took off from Boston, and the pilot was talking to the control tower, and he was like, there's something close to me. And the air traffic controller was like, yeah, there's a plane here, and there's a up above or below, and he's like, nah, I don't, this wasn't a plane. And they're like, what do you mean? And he's like, it had these bright orange flashes. He goes, this definitely wasn't an airplane. He said he spotted a UFO while he was flying from Boston. And it was just like, it freaks me out. He said it was, it like,
made a hair-point turn.
Or something like really crazy, quick. Went up really far, real quick, and then it came back. It was kind of like following them. And
you would think that they would have
cameras. That's what, right. Why wasn't there, why didn't he take a picture of it?
Right.
He has his phone.
Right. Why don't they have cameras on airplanes?
A dash cam.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, exactly. But seriously,
there's got to be way more sightings. I know there are. Right?
Yeah.
You hear it all the time, and they brush it off.
Right. We can't really be that narcissistic that we think we're the only beings in the universe. Sorry. I believe there's other things.
Oh, I mean, right. But why are we not able to, like, why can't we see them? Or why don't they make contact?
How do you know they're not walking among us? We don't know that. You hear these stories all the time, like that crazy lady that last year that was on the airplane saying she was like, everyone said she was drunk, but she was screaming and had to get off the plane, and she was saying that he's not real. He's not real. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, yeah. There was some. Do you remember
was
that?
She pointing at a person?
Yeah, she was like in the back.
How would she know?
Not real. No, that guy's not real. You don't remember that?
No, I.
Oh my gosh, I have to look it up. Yeah, it was absolutely. It was all over the place. Especially on TikTok.
Well, I probably didn't believe it.
No. Yeah, it was crazy. So, but no one knows what she actually meant. I don't think they ever tracked her down, or she never really came out.
How did she? How did she?
She stopped following videos.
Oh, did she?
She said she just had a bad night. Like she basically,
Really?
and she was sitting next to a guy, and the guy did nothing, and it was like a medication thing where she started freaking out on the plane, basically having almost like a bipolar
breakdown.
moment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, interesting. So, see, I got to do my fact checking because I didn't realize that they did a thing. Well, but I wasn't going to talk about that today.
Sorry.
So, yeah,
And then, I don't know. I just find it very fascinating. I'm sure pilots must see it all the
Oh,
time.
they do. Of course. Why wouldn't they? I'm telling you.
Why do they have to hide it from us, though? Do they think we'd freak out?
Yeah, I think they would. I think they feel that the average American would freak out and.
Do you believe in aliens?
Absolutely.
Do you believe? So we talked about aliens before, about that Miami story. That
yeah, right. I absolutely believe that.
Yeah, I want to believe aliens. I know aliens. I'm sure there's other species, that aren't on Earth, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And why do they come here? That's kind of what I want to know.
Why can't they fix us if we're broken?
Maybe we're not broken. This is what we're supposed to do.
Maybe. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
But I found that airplane story very interesting, that the pilot,
right.
They're credible people.
Right. Yeah.
They're flying planes. It's the two pilots, the pilot and the co-pilot, are in the video of the TikTok.
That is really interesting. Okay, so here's my little planes, trains, automobiles thing. I saw this today and I was like, what in the world? So let me pull up the article. It says human leg found abandoned on New York subway track.
I think.
So
I'm just speechless.
I started to read that. I don't mean to laugh, but I started to read the article.
Imagine getting on the train as you're going to go to work and there's a bloody leg. Is it bloody?
Well, they didn't say it was bloody. They said they can't tell if it's male or female.
Which I don't understand. Was it like a cadaver?
I don't know.
That someone was bringing home from work?
But how could you not tell if it's male or female?
Was it hairy?
Right.
With the toes painted?
Right? That's questions. Like, I don't understand.
Like, was it black? Meaning, decaying?
Yeah. Why?
Guys' legs are a lot bigger than women.
Right.
How could you not tell?
Right. They can't tell the age of it?
Like, I want to know, this is what I want to know. Was it a full leg from the hip? Was it knee, below knee, above knee? Like, I need to know this information.
Well, it didn't really say much, and of course I can't pull up the article now. Drives me crazy. Pull up your article, because it was... All right, thank you. Julie could do it. So, let's see.
The funniest line in that story is, things are found on the New York subway all the time, like funeral urns.
Yes, that's what Kelly. That's
so
what
was this part of a funeral? They just decided to take its leg home.
So it says
it's like a med student.
That's what I was saying. The cadaver to practice on it. Oops, I forgot my leg.
So
on the
thousands of items are lost across the city's sprawling transport network every month, including all manner of more common things such as funeral urns, welders' masks, and a blender.
Okay, a leg is a lot different than a blender. Right? I'm sorry.
Were they found together?
Right. Was it next to the urn and they just forgot to put it in there?
In the blender?
Right. Oh, the blender.
They were going to blend the leg, put it in the urn. The welder's mask was
they couldn't afford to put the leg in. So they chopped the leg off.
And they had the welder's mask. So
I just don't, did it say who found it?
No, they just said it was found. Now, I want to know, it says on the track.
Was it rolling around?
Well, it says on the track.
Oh.
But it
said... It wasn't in the train?
It doesn't say.
Oh, it was on the track. Okay, so that's a little different. Maybe they got killed by the train.
Well, wouldn't there be blood and everything else all over the place?
Maybe it got dragged and just the leg stayed behind.
Oh, gosh, stop.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, but they would know that. There would be blood. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was really funny because I was like, what? A leg? Okay, there's a lot of weird shit in this world. Yeah. Could you imagine standing there waiting for the train and you look down and there's I would have thought it was from a Halloween
You'd be like, well, that's like it's really kind of sad, but they just recently found a man's remains in Saugus.
Oh.
Guy was walking his dog and came upon the remains, and it's like, I can't imagine what that's like. That type of stuff, I think I would freak out.
You'd have to slap you.
You would have to slap me.
So they're always, listening to all of the murder talks and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
They're always like, the jogger in the morning found it. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't want to run. Because I'll be the asshole finding the dead body. That would be my luck. Or, as you say, I would trip over it and fall.
Right? Into it.
I would.
Diana, this is the story I was... Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. So we have another story about human remains. New homeowners find human hands in a deep freezer while cleaning the property they just bought. Can you imagine?
I think I read this, yeah.
It was in Colorado. And it said the homeowners made a shocking discovery last week at their property in Grand Junction. Investigators confirmed that a human head, think about that, and a set of hands, where's the rest of it, were found inside a deep freezer at the home.
Oh my gosh.
The property was recently sold, and the new homeowners found the human remains while they were cleaning. I would be like, get the fuck out, put the for sale sign. Who lived there? So at least they know who lived there. They can go and find them.
Right, you would think so, unless the person passed away. But yeah, what do you do? Like, you definitely, of course, you have to call the police. Yeah, and that's a good question. Where's the rest of the body? And why would they keep the head?
And hands. Maybe they
those are identifying marks of a body, so there's got to be...
They can find out the teeth.
Yeah.
So and the fingerprints. Right. So they kept it so the person could be found out?
No, they probably disposed of the rest of the body.
Yeah, but they kept it at their house.
I know.
That's dumb.
So that's what I'm thinking. The person must have died, and then their children...
Cut their head off and hands?
No. The person that killed the other person and put the head and the hands in the freezer died, and the kids didn't know about it, and maybe the kids sold the house.
Okay, but if your parents lived in a house, and you were selling it, wouldn't you clean it out?
Maybe. I don't know.
And you're
if you wanted a quick sale?
What's in the freezer here? Let me look. Oh, wait, there's a head and two hands in here. Shut it. Let's just sell it. I mean, you know what I mean?
I could see some people's kids doing that.
Shut it. We'll just pretend we never saw it. I don't know. What the fuck? What's wrong with
that
people?
That is a really good point. But, okay, we got to keep after this story and figure out what it is.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Not cool, but you know what I mean.
I wonder, what the head looked like. Right. Was it a skeleton?
Was it male or female?
Did it still have hair?
Right.
What was it? Dark eyebrows like Noelle? Sorry.
Yeah, for all of you people, all of our BFFers
that
don't know. Thank you. Don't know. I had my eyebrows colored yesterday because my hair is completely white. So I sent this picture to Diana of, then I looked like Olga because the dark had come in.
Check out our Facebook page.
It's on Facebook. You'll see it.
In my funny comment.
Yeah, in our little conversation after that. So,
but I was scrolling through Instagram, and there was this lady with the longest eyebrows.
I think those have to be fake.
My grandkids call them eyebrows. Browns.
Eyebrows. Oh, yes.
Okay. So and they had them combed up, and it went all the way up her forehead.
Yeah.
And I said that to Noelle. I go, Noelle, is this you? It was just really funny. So to see what we're laughing at, you got to go check out.
Yeah, go check out our Facebook page.
Give us a comment.
Yeah, let us know. Those are our typical texts to each other all day.
Yeah.
All right, so we're moving on, and I think
tidbit time.
Yeah, I think we're at the end. Tidbits. So
let's think about this.
I don't know what year it
We
was.
probably 19.
I was definitely college.
Yes, it was after high school.
Yes, it was definitely college because I was dating Mark.
Yeah.
And we went away to a ski chalet.
Was it New Year's?
Yes.
I think it was.
Yes,
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
And so we went to a cottage or whatever.
There were so many people there.
This is my point. I was going to say, thinking there's going to be like 10, 15. There were like 500 people there. There was probably like 50 to 60.
Had to be.
And there's...
Because these bunch of guys, so John, Mark, his other roommate, I forget his name, and a couple of their other friends had rented this place.
So how many bedrooms do you think were there?
2, 3. Julie, you were there. So there were 2 upstairs that were across from each other, and I think there was only 1 downstairs.
You were in the downstairs?
No, I was upstairs. You guys were on the floor next.
And Andrea was upstairs.
Yeah. So, anyways,
what was that guy's name? John.
John. And so they invited us. Mark invited me. I invited you guys.
Yeah.
John invited Andrea, all their other friends, and then each of the friends had invited. There were so many people. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but it was not fun because it was so fucking crowded. I don't remember even the bathroom situation. I think I peed outside.
Did we?
Yeah. I know we did.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
Yeah. But I didn't know any of these people.
People probably were puking. I mean, everybody was drinking. They were shooting champagne.
Yes. And what we didn't realize until the next day is we're on a side of a mountain. And
kids were going down the cliff.
On cardboard boxes, like from the beer cases.
Yeah.
And sledding down. Well, when we woke up the next morning, we realized it went off a cliff. We had no idea. But, so anyways, I was dating this kid. I was able to sleep.
Did we go skiing?
Yeah.
That day or the next day?
I didn't go. I don't ski.
Did you and I go?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Was Chrissy with us or no?
No.
I think
just me, you, and Andrea.
I think we all went to the mountain.
We have a picture of us up here.
Was it added
we all went to the mountain, but yeah.
Oh, there's a picture
of
here.
You and I.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't ski. So I got to sleep in bed.
I can't remember if it was.
It was New Year's Eve.
We went skiing on New Year's Eve?
No, New Year's Day.
I think we went New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Did we go home that day?
No.
We went home the next day?
One night. No, I just stayed one night.
I think we were so crazy because it was so crowded. I'm like, I'm not staying another night.
You guys skied during the day. We partied that night and we left the next morning.
Okay.
Because remember, we came downstairs and there were bodies of people sleeping everywhere. And there was all these guys.
I do remember that.
All over the place.
Yeah, it was like,
from a movie. It was absolutely insanely crazy.
Yeah.
You guys slept on the floor. I was lucky to sleep in the bed with Mark. And people were like,
doing it on the floor beside Julie and I. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. What are we doing?
So before that, everyone was drinking.
You were in the bed at least.
I was.
Julia and I were on the floor.
I had no idea people were doing it until I think you poked me. Like, do you hear that? I'm like, what? And you're like, But we had gone outside. There was a bunch of us standing around in a circle. And we had weed with us. We didn't have papers to roll them. And I had tampons at that time were wrapped in paper. And
right,
it
was the thin, like hot paper there.
Rolling papers. So here we are smoking a joint. And it's got
a doobie.
I was going to say that. And it's got the pink tampons.
Tampax.
Someone's like, oh, I could really go for, a joint right now. We're like, here. And he was like, what the hell is this? And we're like, it's just wrapped in tampon paper. And he thought it was used paper. I remember he was like, that's so gross. I'm like, oh, come on. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was an absolute shit show. You're right. People were puking everywhere.
It was disgusting.
But whenever we woke up the next morning and saw where they were.
Yeah, I remember thinking, oh my God, they're lucky they didn't die.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because you couldn't see. It was so dark out there. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
It was.
It was fun, though.
It was fun.
We had a good time.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I think we have a picture. I think is that one up there?
The red shirt,
Yeah.
and the white. Yes, that's from it.
Yep. And then we have
We're in
another
our long underwear.
Yeah, and then we have another picture of the four, me, you, Andrea, Julie, us in a bed with our legs like so. That's from that time too, and that might be in this picture. So if you don't know what we're pointing to, this picture behind here is a collage, I believe, from our 30th birthday.
I think so.
That we must have made together, and it's all pictures of us from when we were younger, in high school and college and stuff. So we'll have to show you guys.
My kids were laughing at my hair, my big hair,
super curly hair. Well, we all had big hair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's for us this week, and please.
Check out our new merch.
Oh, our new
Check
merch.
out all our socials.
Yes, our new merch. Definitely.
Let us know if you liked our live, so we can do it again.
Yeah.
If you liked it.
Especially the game. I think we enjoyed.
Oh my God!
The game.
I literally had. I'm surprised I didn't pee myself. I laughed so hard, and I couldn't look at you because if I looked at you, I would have just kept laughing and crying. So.
I know one of our listeners and viewers, she was crying. She was laughing so hard.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. All right. Well, till next week, guys. We love you. Have a great week, BFFers.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.